We are the anchors of Queer News Tonight, and this evening we discuss the queer headlines. Enjoy two powerful films, Baby and Split, followed by an after-party celebrating queer stories at OUTshine's Miami Spotlight Night on October 26th.
Ron DeSantis' culture war continues as Florida State universities eliminate identity politics and DEI courses to comply with Senate Bill 266, sparking concerns over academic freedom and accreditation risks.
Santino Rice, once a TV personality, now embraces far-right Christian nationalism, sharing polarizing views on vaccines, abortion, ultra-conservative politics. This week, he explains why he is voting for Trump. I guess.
Colorado flew a Gays Against Groomers state flag by mistake, causing backlash. The program is now suspended temporarily, and the gay Colorado governor's office is embarrassed and has reaffirmed the stance against, quote, hate in all its forms, end quote.
The Defense Department has upgraded 800 discharges of Don't Ask, Don't Tell veterans, granting them honorable status and improving access to benefits like health care and housing.
Good evening and welcome to Queer News Tonight. This is the world's first and only LGBTQ plus daily evening television news broadcasting live and available on demand on your favorite streaming channels. We are proud to announce that YouTube has recognized Queer News Tonight, certified by analytics company vidIQ, that we now have more than 9.5 million views. Queer News Tonight has more YouTube subscribers than any other LGBTQ plus brand in Florida. We thank you for watching and supporting our voice in our community. More than 500,000 of you have watched this show in the last 60 days, and we say thank you. It is Wednesday, October 16th, 2024. We are live and literally out of the closet and into the headlines. So many of your important stories we're going to tell this evening on Queer News Tonight.
This is the world's first live daily LGBTQ evening news show, literally out of the closet and into the headlines on Queer News Tonight.
This is the world's first and only unedited live LGBTQ evening news show. Whatever happens unique in LGBTQ news, you will see it and hear it.
Hotspots Magazine, Happening Out Television Network, is a nonprofit 501c3 media company in the same model of PBS and NPR, but designed for the LGBTQ community. Our mission is to support the 11 pillars of our LGBTQ community. We want to inform and educate the key issues of lesbian, trans, Latino, Black, healthcare, seniors, students, faith, social justice, business, and queer culture. Help us support our community.
We are part of one of the largest LGBTQ nonprofit media companies in America, Hotspots Magazine and Happening Out Television Network.
In 2025, our magazine is celebrating 40 years of the LGBTQ experience, and our television news, talk, and entertainment shows support our mission to educate the LGBTQ and broader community.
That's right, beautiful Bonnie. And let's meet tonight's anchors at Queer News Tonight. Let's begin with the beautiful Bonnie herself. She's Bonnie Builder. She's the premier South Florida bodybuilding drag queen and the forever reigning Mixed Mary's Wilton Manors. A recent graduate of FIU, Bonnie Builder is a trainer and comes to life with a microphone and a spotlight. You're doing the boob thing, aren't you?
Yeah.
I can see it on the screen. Welcome back, Bonnie. What you got going on, girl?
Girl, I'm stressed out. I got a midterm on Sunday. So if you are watching this and you like black people, please pray for me. I need all the help I can get. Also, I have gigs on gigs on gigs. This Friday, you can catch me performing at Latino Salute. Full black, but hey, I love the support. You will also catch me tonight, every Wednesday, at the Gathering hosting drag trivia at 8 o'clock.
I love that. Are you doing the Latino Salute Latin Bazaar, the food bazaar that they're having on Friday?
I am, because baby.
Yeah, you love yourself some Spanish food.
Like my husband.
Like
hey,
your
baby.
husband, yeah, I knew it. Looking forward to seeing you always. Next up, let's welcome my brother. That's Vaughn Biggs right there. He's a trailblazing advocate for health equity and HIV treatment. As community outreach coordinator at Holy Cross Health, he leads initiatives for the LGBTQ plus community and people living with HIV. His role as vice chair of the Ryan White Part A Planning Council and founding board member of Trans Ed underscore his dedication to inclusivity inclusivity, and systematic change. So Vaughn, I hear that Harmony Waves is presenting a special theme night. You know I love a theme.
Exactly.
For a cause at Bona Italian Restaurant on November 4th. Tell me what's happening.
That's right. You know how much we love Glenn, right? And
Yes.
Bona. We love his Monday night give backs, but this time it's a little different. It's a theme night and it's going to be family style dining. So it's going to be the table set up. We're all going to eat together. They're going to have, meal set prepared for us already on the plates. It's a $50 fee for that, but it's not bad when you think about it. We're going to have entertainment. Stefano May is coming. So Harmony Waves is sponsoring that. Obviously Holy Cross is part of this as well. The benefits that normally that they give back is going to the LGBTQ fund through Holy Cross. So it's going to be an opportunity to give back to the community.
Right, but it's a 3-course meal
Yes.
and entertainment. I mean, for $50, you can't go
Exactly.
wrong
No.
again. And have you had the garlic rolls at Bona? Like, I take that garlic
butter.
sauce after I eat the garlic roll, and then I just lather my wife with it.
Never.
Whatever. I'll be there with you at that family table for sure, Vaughn.
Yes.
Next up, let's welcome Allen Martello. First time at the table, baby. Welcome. Allen Martello is the festival co-director of OUTshine LGBTQ+ Film Festival. Welcome, Allen. How you feeling? How you doing?
Super excited to be here. First time.
Yeah,
for,
virgin.
Queer News tonight. I know the real person that wanted to be sitting next to you right now was Jen Chris. And
Oh,
you
I
know,
love me some
she couldn't.
Jen.
I watched that episode of you guys in the bed last time. I don't know if you're
Listen.
What tape was
watching and I picked
that?
that up or not.
No, it's okay. See,
Really good
so,
stuff.
So Jen was single for like a second, right? She was single for like a short period of time, and I tried to get a divorce and get all that done so I can go talk to
not.
Jen. But it didn't work out.
That's enough.
Then she went to OUTshine and picked up another girlfriend.
Well, that's
what
where love
happens.
is made at OUTshine.
That's what happens. If
you
you're
know,
single, like
I'm
Allen,
OUTshine.
if you're single, like Allen, go to OUTshine Film. You might meet your next partner for life.
Match made in heaven.
We'll talk more about that in a little bit for sure, right? And Bonnie, you can introduce me whenever you want.
Okay. I'll wait. And of course, this is tonight's lead anchor, FayWhat. She is a legendary events host, television and radio personality, and the host of the FayWhat Show on Mondays. Faye, I hear that you are part of a Queens for a Kamala on October 22nd in Wilton Manors. Tell me, what's happening?
Listen, it's time to do something, all right? Come join the Queens of South Florida to help get the vote out, okay, for Harris Walls campaign right here in Florida. It's going to be held at the Tropics Get Out the Vote office, 2000 Wilton Drive. 5 p.m. starts the drag show. 7 to 9 p.m. we're going to have a phone bank calling right there at the GOTV Center to friendly registered Democrats, people who want to hear from us, all right? And then we're going to be sign waving right there on Wilton Drive. I'm going to be your host with Emperor E, Mr. Eric Lipson. To help out or register, here's the link on your screen, or go to my social media at FayWhat and sign up there with me, okay? So queens that have joined the fight and will be performing on the 22nd are Vaz Allen, Rain Chambers, Candy Cox, Layla Cox, Pam Dominique, Velvet Lenore, Greta Feta, Mercury Rising Cox, Austin Summers, Vanity Flair, Madison Mansfield, and more. All money raised is going to be donated to the Harris Walls campaign. See you then. Queens for Harris, October 22nd. So folks, we are the reporters for Queer News Tonight, and this evening we begin with the queer headlines. The LGBTQ plus community in South Florida and across America is diverse. Our community across the world is vast. And here are the bullet points of the queer news for today, Wednesday, October 16th, 2024. Let's begin this evening by queering up South Florida and Florida. OUTshine Miami Spotlight Night celebrates LGBTQ plus cinema on October 26th. Get ready for an unforgettable evening of film and celebration at OUTshine's LGBTQ plus Film Festival's Miami Spotlight Night on Saturday, October 26th. 2 captivating films will be showcased at Silver Spot Cinema downtown, highlighting powerful queer narratives that delve into love, identity, and survival. The men's spotlight film will be Baby. It's a gripping tale that follows 18-year-old Wellington, known as Baby, who finds himself navigating the perilous streets of Sao Paulo after his release from a juvenile detention center. With no contact from his parents and no resources to rebuild his life, Baby encounters Ronaldo, a mature man who introduces him to new survival tactics. Baby is a stylish, sexy exploration of life on the margins. The second film is going to be the ladies' spotlight film called Split. It's a captivating story that follows stunt woman Anna as she crosses paths with the charismatic actress Eve. Yeah. Their initial exchange ignites a passionate love affair that forces Anna to confront her hidden desires and question her heterosexual marriage. After the films, join the exhilarating after party at Silver Spot Lounge, where you can mingle, dance, and celebrate the vibrant queer community. Want more? Well, I'm going to give you more because we're joined by Queer News Tonight's anchor tonight and the OUTshine Film Festival director, Allen Martello, to shed more light on the festival and its significance. Welcome, Allen.
Hey.
Happy to see you. Happy to have you here. So we've been able to meet once before, right? Because I was helping with the OUTshine Film Festival for the last couple of years. Dino Mosquera is a good friend of mine, and he's on the screening committee. So he's got to see all the movies and all that. And now you are the new director, right? So how do you feel about coming into this role when you've been a part of OUTshine for a while already?
Yeah, no, this is super exciting. So, what we're doing here is, OUTshine has brought in a company like mine to manage, what's happening. It's really cool because not only do we get, you get me, which is super fun, right? But
single Allen.
That one down. But you also get we have a staff. We have people that can come in and help and, be a part of this, not only to help the existing staff, like we've got Alexis and Joe and, Cindy. So, at the end of the day, we're able to really do more, bring more queer film to people. This year we're in both counties, both
I love
times.
that.
That's a big deal for us.
So explain that to me a little bit. In years past, we have had the film festival in Fort Lauderdale, and we've also had the Miami version at separate times of the year. This year, you're having it behind each other, like or at the same time?
Yes. So what's going to happen now is the fall edition, right, that we're kicking off here tomorrow, will open in Fort Lauderdale. We'll have 8 days of programming in Fort Lauderdale across 3 different theaters. And then as if by magic, Friday morning the 25th, we're going to be in Miami. We're going to do 3 days of programming in 2 different theaters, both downtown and on the beach. And we'll close there. Now, in the spring, we want to flip that, right? We don't want anybody to lose out or miss out. So in the spring, we're going to open here in Miami. We'll do those 8 days of programming, right, between Miami and the beach. And then, magic again, we're going to close with those last 3 days of programming in Fort Lauderdale. So not only do both communities get 2 film festivals a year, but maybe we're giving our communities an excuse to get together.
Yes.
All kind of merge. Get your passports out. We know.
Yes, of course.
Nobody likes having to travel too much. But,
yes.
We get to bring people together and grow our community.
Well, I love the spots, the cinemas that you choose to have your films at, okay? Silver Spot is incredible, all right? It's in downtown Miami, if you've never been. It's got a beautiful parking adjacent to it, because when I think of downtown, I'm like, oh, I'm not driving anywhere near there, right? Yep. No, it's literally got its parking spot adjacent to it. If it's raining, you can not even get wet, right? They've got beautiful food. They've got yummy food, beautiful scenery and everything. Yeah. So, and you're going to have parties again, because us gays love the parties. Right?
Film's more fun with friends, but it's also more fun with a really, really great party. So
and some alcohol. So
lots of drinking. Lots of drinking.
So tell me about the boys' spotlight. The men's spotlight film is Baby, right? Yes. And I love the premise of it, right? So this kid gets out of a juvenile detention center, doesn't have any contact with his parents, and meets Osvaldo. And he shows him how to make some loot or something. Like, like what?
We all have to learn from those who
our elders
before us.
That's why I'm at this table, yeah.
You managed to maybe even say Ronaldo more sexy than Baby does. I don't know. But here we are. We're in Sao Paulo, right? We've got some really, really hot actors. Right? This is a sexy, sexy film. And, our guys like that. So we decided to make this the men's spotlight. That way, not only is there a great message, obviously everyone loves love.
Yeah.
But let's have a little sex along the way, right?
Well, and everybody thinks that Brazilian people are super, super hot, right? But we also know about how gay people are treated and what they have to deal with in Brazil, right? So to be able to bring a film that subjects that to us here, because sometimes us living in a bubble, right? In our gay little neighborhoods, we forget about what people struggle with in other countries, and the women's film, Split, all right? I'm all about a lesbian stunt woman, right? Yeah, you had me at lesbian. You had me at lesbian.
So, we've learned if we want to get the lesbians, we just have to say lesbian.
Lesbian.
Yeah. But I hear adding stunt woman helps.
Yes. No, stunt woman does.
So we've got stunt woman falls in love with her actress.
Right? I love that.
Again, we kind of have this. I don't like coming of age because that's not what this is. This is a finding yourself kind of story, right? This is new for both of them. Maybe they're not sure how to express it, and they kind of find themselves along the way. And remember, what we've got here is we've got the actress, right? That's kind of up here in the storyline, and then we've got the stunt woman. It's not up there. So you also kind of have this class diversification going on top of finding yourself. This is a French film, which makes it even sexier.
Oh, I love it.
And there's some facts we talked about before the show
Yes,
started.
no, I love it that the French feminist author of the actual book where it's derived from wanted to make sure that it was definitely elevating the spirit of women. Yep. So she had an 80% female crew.
Female cast. Yep. 80% female. Everybody involved in this. Iris Bray's a very, very well-known French feminist. And, here we get to have fun. We get to be sexy, but we also get to, share a message.
Share a message. Look, I've been doing Duolingo French for 206 days. I probably won't even need the subtitles.
Yeah. You've been a lesbian all your life, so that's even better.
I know, right? Right. No, I think I'll still need the subtitles. So, So, and what I love about these spotlight film is that you get to have, for one price, you pay for the theater, right? You get to see the movie, but then you also get to go to the after party and enjoy some food, some drinks, and some mixing with other people, right?
Again, we keep talking about everybody likes to fall in love at OUTshine.
Yes.
It's these parties where that happens, What's really cool with the Silver Spot is thanks to a partnership with the city of Miami, we're also going to be able to bring back those free Uber rides.
I was going to ask.
Right? Yes. If you're going to the Silver Spot, remember this is sponsored by the city of Miami. So for our Fort Lauderdale folks, we've not set that up yet. But for those that are going to the Silver Spot, when you get your ticket for these events, right, that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you'll get the information on how to claim your free Uber rides. So you can, hop on down and Uber's on us.
And it's super easy. I did the Uber last year also because I was afraid of downtown, right? And then I was so pleasantly surprised, once the Ubers were over, when I drove down there, that it was right there adjacent. But it was fantastic that I didn't have to. And I used the Uber. With your ticket, they send you an Uber code. You put it into your own app for Uber, and you're done. And it comes up 0. And your heart just explodes when it says 0. You owe 0. Tip, though. Okay? Be a good person and tip,
right.
This
is going to be...
your shoulders, right?
Right? Do something.
Well, you got to give them just the tip.
Right.
You're going to get in trouble for that one now.
Slap the head a little.
You kids have been to OUTshine, right?
Yes.
And what do you think? I mean, it's been around for a while.
It has. I went last year, but yeah, it was awesome. It's a great space, which is incredible. And the parking, because I don't like to drive downtown to Miami either, but I did drive, and I was like, okay, this was easier than I thought.
Yeah.
But I don't want to make a habit of driving.
And
I'll go see Faye, then she can take me. How's
I got
that?
it.
Right?
You meet me. I'm right there at the Golden Glades, right? Because I live in North Miami. You come to me, leave your car, we'll go together.
There we go.
Perfect.
Our other nights, by the way, really simple because they all have parking lots. So, the Regal at Dania Point for opening night, big parking lot, nice and easy. The Gateway Theater, lots of parking for all the Fort Lauderdale stuff.
Yes.
So no panic there.
Is this your first time at Regal?
At Dania Point it is.
I love Dania Point. I love Dania Point. So welcoming, so LGBTQ plus friendly, so clean.
This theater is one of Regal's newest theaters.
Yes.
It's big, it's beautiful, and our after party for opening night is going to be at the Improv.
Ooh!
So we are booked out the daiquiri bar attached to the Improv.
wow.
We're going to have themed daiquiris, great food, great drinks, open bar, entertainment. Again, you can't beat fun film, lots of gay people, and an open bar.
Oh.
Come on.
And the queer stories that come out at these festivals are always amazing. It's always like something brand new that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
It's to have stories from the queer community. You're going to get nuances that you never experienced, relationship dynamics that you never thought of, like an actress and a stunt woman. It's actually incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's real stuff. It's real life stuff. So, that's fantastic. We are so looking forward to this year's OUTshine Film Festival. You know that we're going to be in the house screaming.
That's right.
You know, these kids will be having their cocktails and having a great time. So make sure that you go on out to outshinefilm.com and get all the information there. Pick your favorite movie. Pick a movie from a country you've never been. All right, because I saw one from Iran, I think it was last year, and I was just so I was happy with myself that I took the chance. I always just go see the Spanish ones, right? Or I'll go, because it's safe. I'll know what they're saying. But it was so moving and so incredible. And the storylines, these directors work so hard to get this content out. And at the end of the OUTshine Film Festival, they give out awards.
Yep.
And they're so happy, because their blood, sweat, and tears was loved and was welcomed and was seen by all these queer people down here. It's a beautiful thing. Make sure that you follow OUTshine Film and go see a movie, all right? Treat yourself to a movie. Take your straight ally.
Yeah.
Oh.
Honestly, that'll be a good one. I will take mine.
Grab your mama.
I'm going to grab my mom.
Grab your mama.
Yeah, I'm going to grab my mom. Okay, next, let's queer up education. Florida universities face course censorship under Senate Bill 266. Experts fear academic repression. Governor Ron DeSantis is getting exactly what he wanted. Florida's 12 state universities are now eliminating classes on identity, politics, and controversial historical events to comply with Senate Bill 266. Passed in 2023, the law prohibits the use of state or federal funds for programs promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion, or political activism. Consequently, LGBTQ student centers and cultural support programs have also been shut down. Among the removed or altered courses are anthropology of race and ethnicity, sociology of gender, Chinese calligraphy, and LGBTQ plus studies. These classes are either no longer available, restricted to upper level students, or have had their descriptions changed to avoid violating the law. Critics argue that the Senate Bill 266 undermines academic freedom and will deter top students and educators from attending Florida's universities. The University of Miami, as an example, has a very extensive LGBTQ engagement program with classes and even a minor in queer studies. The school has more than a dozen LGBTQ-centric student organizations. The difference? The University of Miami is a private school and not in the reach of Ron DeSantis. There is also concern that schools could lose national accreditation, which often requires DEI programs as part of the higher education standards. The bill grants the Florida Board of Governors, largely appointed by Governor Ron DeSantis, the authority to review the core curriculum courses. The Board of Governors will also review each school's proposed course listings for the 2025-2026 academic year and make suggestions over which courses should be altered or removed. Schools that refuse could lose vital state funding or be targeted by DeSantis and the other board for other penalties. This is interesting because I was doing some research on there's even more courses that's being eliminated, food and history and women, a lot of women's studies, which makes me think,
wow,
women.
Especially with what we're going through right now.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just like we think women, hopefully women don't think they're safe, with everything that's going on either in this, against the LGBTQ community and now DEI.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for his year to be over with.
Oh my God, right? Seriously, but Chinese calligraphy?
Right.
Why you gotta go after Chinese calligraphy? That was the course I wanted to take. You know what I mean? No, it's scary. Okay, this is obviously at a university level, and here in South Florida, we deal with so much with that with public school, right? And them taking out of curriculum Black history, LGBTQ plus history, women's history. They want us to be dumb. Right? They want children not to have a full education and have their own thought process on life. And it's getting scarier and scarier, Indigenous Peoples Day just passed, right? I grew up thinking that the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria were the boat that brought this man and discovered America and all that. It wasn't until I started questioning everything that I found out that he was a rapist and a pillager. Yep. And all he did was discover a land that was already discovered. Yep. So this makes me sad. Okay, on top of it, going to school is not cheap. No. Okay, by no means at all. Ask Bonnie, right? So you're gonna have someone go blood, sweat, and tears, loans, etc., go to school and then not be accredited.
Right.
And that's a possibility, a huge possibilities for these universities here in South Florida. I love UM, and thank God that UM is not a public university, right? During the Smart Ride last year, that was like our home base to meet and get all our passes and stuff like that. Their queer community is so huge. And like you said in the story, Vaughn, they have so many different groups there to support the LGBTQ plus alum and the kids that go to their school,
Partnered with OUTshine.
Partnered with OUTshine.
Involved. They pick out a film, they bring this to, and that's the difference.
That's the difference.
From a private setting without this governor's thumb on the, the scale thing here. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Well, and you think about Miami and you think about the schools, and we've obviously seen what's happened when he appoints boards for our school boards, right? Mm-hmm. But in Miami, even in the school level, they were still able to fight against him. And Miami has just done a great job at doing it. It's like it's almost like they can't be touched, but they've just done some great things with the students, and they're very supportive.
October is LGBTQ History Month, right? We haven't heard as much about it this year, like in past years, because of the exclusion in curriculum and most places. And Miami was like, F you, we're still going to do this.
Right.
You know, we're still going to celebrate this monumentous, important, thing to reflect on. So we'll be watching that. Yeah. I mean, God, DEI is so important. It's
Absolutely.
just so
also,
important.
That if you want to make the children dumb, DeSantis, which seems to be your goal, they have so many sources to learn everything they need to know. They don't just learn things from the classroom anymore. As the resident young student here at this table, even with you being present, you learn half the material in the classroom and half the material on social media. Yeah. And then once you find a topic that you're really invested in, you really deep dive into it. There's so many case studies on everything. If you want to make the left dumb and the children dumb, you're going to have a damn hard time doing that. The only people that will remain dumb and continue to get dumb are the people that follow you and root for you. So if you want them to stay dumb, you're doing a fantastic job because they are already dumb for following you. But everybody else, you're not going to step on our necks with education. We are much smarter than that. Dumbass.
I've seen firsthand. I have to tell you, and you're so right. I'm on the board for Safe School South Florida.
Oh, I love Safe
And, we work one level down, right? We work with, students in the public school system, and these kids aren't stepping back.
Nope.
They're not stepping down. They're saying, whoa, wait a minute, this isn't right. How can we make this work? How can we do this? And, they've got some really, really great teachers that want to empower them. But things like this are designed to scare those people, to scare those allies, to scare those of us that are in their communities, say, you might get fired, or you might lose your funding, or you might... It can be a scary time. So, we rely on, we've got to speak up.
It's all scare tactics, Allen, when Don't Say Gay, everybody at the table remembers Don't Say Gay and how we were all so scared shitless about it. I'll say it, right? And, I have friends who are gay and are teachers and were afraid to put up a picture of their family in their classroom, right? Because in this economy, who wants to lose their job right now, right? It's just not. And it's all scare tactics. It's all scare tactics, and it's just sad.
Well, let's stay sad. Next, let's clear up drag culture. Drag Race star Santino Rice's controversial takes on Trump spark outrage among fans. Santino Rice continues to shock LGBTQ America in his unabashedly frank opinions about Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. Best known for his work as a contestant on Project Runway Season 5 and as a recurring judge on the first 6 seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race. Rice has a penchant for sharing his polarizing views, particularly on issues such as anti-vaccination and anti-abortion stances. Since his dismissal from Drag Race in 2015, Rice has veered further into cultural irrelevance, aligning himself with far-right Christian nationalism. Rowan Ashley Smith of Out magazine said, quote, "To say one nice thing about Rice, if it takes courage to be disliked, then this man has some of the most courage I've ever seen. He has truly become a parody of himself and the movement he is a part of." His Twitter feed is a masterclass in ultra-conservative posting filled with all caps declarations celebrating America and its one and only savior, former President Donald J. Trump. As far as you can scroll, Rice's behavior seems less than Christ-like. He once mocked Kamala Harris with the tweet you now see on the screen. Now, this dumpster fire of a man right here, we've been seeing his rapid decline in the public eye for some time now, and he was actually a jackass on the show even then. So I'm not sure what the turn was, what parasite crawled into his brain to make it seem like this was okay. Him and that producer that was also on the show that then jumped off the loony fucking cliff. Lucian Piani. Both of these motherfuckers just went hand in hand, just jumped over the fucking cliff. I don't know what their issue is. I don't know what his upbringing was. I don't know what the tea is. But you should know the man that you are rooting for, unabashedly, proudly, is rooting for your demise, Santino. I need you to truly understand that. Nothing this man says or proposes is to your benefit. Is he a white man? Is that what it is? Is it white man privilege?
It might be. I mean, he seems Italian. Allen?
Is he your kin?
Is he your people? Do you see him at the meetings?
I don't speak for all of us. I gotta say, I thought maybe he would learn something from, his involvement with RuPaul. But hell, if he can't love himself, how can we expect him to love any of us, right?
That's what it is.
Listen, Santino could suck it. Okay, that's what I gotta say about you. Okay, Santino, I never liked you. All right, you took forever to get to your point. Like I never liked you. All right. So honestly, at this point, get the hell out of the way. Because if you ain't with us, you against us. We ain't got time for this shit right now. Unfortunately, all right. We'll see you in December when Kamala's president, and we'll talk then. Maybe you'll be relevant again with some new thing on X that you say about Trump. Okay. But I mean, honestly, shut the F up. And production, great job using the best pictures you could find on him, because those pictures were like 15 years ago.
Right.
Okay, so production was nice to you, Santino, all right? He must have like a secret crush for you, because I've seen pictures of you lately, and boy.
It's giving gargoyle.
That part.
Baby, dumps the fight.
All right.
Trash ass.
Woo. Well,
what I say.
on that news, let's queer up the USA View. Colorado's gay governor Polis honors anti-LGBTQ hate group Gays Against Groomers by mistake. In a controversial move, Colorado, under the leadership of openly gay Governor Jared Polis, recently flew the flag of Gays Against Groomers over the state capitol. This honor was granted through a paid state program that allows individuals or organizations to request a flag and a certificate from the governor's office. Gays Against Groomers has indicated that they did not request this honor, but that it was provided to them while they were demonstrating at the foot of the state capitol. It could be said that the governor's office didn't check who Gays Against Groomers really are. The group is labeled as a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center. The flag was accompanied by a message dictated by Gays Against Groomers, thanking them, quote, for all of its work to protect children, end quote. However, the SPLC has stated that the group, quote, amplifies dehumanizing anti-trans rhetoric and perpetrates anti-LGBTQ stereotypes by falsely claiming that LGBTQ plus supporters of trans rights are dangerous to society, end quote. In the wake of the backlash, the Colorado government quickly issued a statement indicating that the request for the flag had not been, quote, properly vetted, end quote. A spokesperson for Governor Polis reaffirmed the administration's stance against, quote, hate in all its forms, end quote. As a result, the paid program has been suspended, at least temporarily. However, Gays Against Groomers has capitalized on the situation, posting an image of the certificate on social media, expressing gratitude to gay Governor Polis. Look, we're not perfect people.
No.
We make mistakes.
Of course.
But I think that in this particular instance, we have got to be more vigilant, right? We have to pay attention, right? There's not enough of us open in government holding these positions to be able to make mistakes like this.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, I appreciate the governor standing up, being an openly gay top executive of a state. That's a big friggin' deal.
Yeah.
I get it. Probably not even his mistake, right? We know these things tend to, you know, flow through staff, but it is so freaking important. You have to double, triple check these kinds of things, because what happens now, it's like, you know, we've got to question this guy.
Yeah.
We got to say, what's up with this? What happened? Is this what you really think? Is this what, you know, Colorado's about or what you're about as a person? I hope not.
Right.
Yeah.
But because somebody done effed up,
Yeah.
now it's a problem. So, you know, listen, Governor, from my heart to yours, pay attention. Don't let things like this happen, because you're hurting yourself and you're hurting us.
Yeah. Now this group feels galvanized. They feel like, oh, look at us, we get a little spotlight.
Well, they're empowered.
Yep.
They're empowered.
They're elated over this.
Oh God, it was all over their fucking social medias all week. They were just jerking off to it. I swear to God.
Of course they were. Of course they were. You know, and let me tell you, I mean, you've got to get better people around you, Mr. Polis. That's it. You know, like Allen said, your staff is so important, right? You are a gay representative. Your platform is one that many don't have, that many of us will never have. You are able to speak to the masses, right? So you've got to make sure that all those T's are crossed and the I's are dotted in a perfect way, and don't use pink ink, okay? It's, you know, sometimes politicians are in a bubble and they have people that do things for them, right? And things might slip. Like Allen said, we're not perfect. These are mistakes. But right now, we don't have time for the mistakes, okay? November 5th is right around the corner. Like, we don't have time for the mistakes. So either fire somebody or do some kind of statement, you know, that just reflects more on what you're doing for our community. Now, let's talk about the right. The right has completely messed up the word groomer for me. Okay, I have changed the name of where my dog gets groomed to the pet salon because I can't even say the word groomer anymore.
Yeah.
And let me explain that I was groomed by nasty white men since I was 12 years old to be straight. Okay, and I don't go screaming about that. nobody talks about that, okay?
about that.
So that part.
Yeah, part.
Vaughn.
White man.
Oh, we finally recognize there's another white man at the table. Okay, good.
Speaking of white man, Vaughn.
Again, makes mistakes, but it's got to be accountability. I mean, and we know it happens, but what happens is the opposition gets the opportunity that then poke fun and use that mistake to their leverage. And
They don't got nothing else right now.
Right.
So they're
Right.
waiting for us to make mistakes so they could run with it, right?
Right.
Trump ain't getting no new votes.
Right.
He's making sure he keeps the idiots that he has right now happy.
Right.
And look, we can worry about accountability later because that to me is second tier right now. Vigilance is so important because of what is happening in our country right now in this election. We cannot give them more ammunition, right? We can't give them the tools to beat us
Right.
Yeah.
or silence us and things like this. That's what happens. So, we can account later. Right now, we just got to stop making these kinds of mistakes.
Yeah, get your shit together.
That's right.
Speaking of getting their shit together, next let's clear up social justice. Defense Department upgrades Don't Ask, Don't Tell era military records. 800 gay veterans win honorable discharges. The Department of Defense has upgraded the records of 800 military members expelled under the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy to honorable discharges. This move follows a year-long review of 851 cases. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin praised the Military Department Review Board, stating, quote, 96.8% of the cases reviewed have been granted relief. Don't Ask, Don't Tell, a 1990s policy banning open service by gay and bisexual individuals, led to 14,000 military separations under less than honorable conditions. Veterans with such discharges face difficulties accessing critical benefits like healthcare and housing assistance. Last year, veterans sued the Defense Department to overturn their discharges. Attorney Jocelyn Larkin noted, quote, this case is not about damages, and in fact, it is not seeking any money for the plaintiffs. This case is about simply changing that piece of paper because the effect of changing that piece of paper is so incredibly consequential for our clients. Even congressional representatives pushed for quicker actions in this matter. In January, Out Representatives Robert Garcia, Mark Pocan, and Chris Papas urged Austin to expedite the discharge upgrades. Austin announced that 96% of service members separated under Don't Ask, Don't Tell have now received honorable discharges. He said, quote, we will continue to strive to do right by every American patriot who has honorably served their country. This comes as amazing news, especially as an Army brat, which I am. The fact that queer people in the military that were fighting for rights, fighting for a country that did not want them alive, fighting for a country that didn't want them to have families, fighting for a country that didn't want to employ them, were banished to the ethos just so disrespectfully for being authentically who they are. And it takes till 2024. It took a lot of time. But the fact that we finally got to this point, I'm so elated for these people. They have to make up for so much lost time of living authentically within themselves. But now is the time to start. I hope that you take this opportunity, those who have been vindicated through this process. I hope that you take this time to truly look in the mirror and say that my country is starting to finally see me as a human being. This country that I fought for is seeing me as a human being. They wanted my body, they wanted my energy, they wanted my actions, they wanted my service. And now in return, all I ask is to be seen as a human being. And we're finally getting a step towards that. And I'm so happy for these people.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I mean, there's definitely way more than just 800 people that need to make this happen for them. You know, to all these folks, first of all, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. I can't even imagine fighting for a country and many of you dying for a country that doesn't love you or respect you. I mean, you're bigger than me. I'd be like, F this. There's just no way, right? That is such love for country that I can't even begin to explain that. You know, this should have happened a long time ago, right? And for those lawyers that just wanted this change, fantastic. Now go seek the money. Right. Okay, go seek the money, because you understand that they had limited benefits all that time. People had families that didn't get benefits. Okay, the 90s to 2024. Okay, Bonnie was born in the 90s.
Hello.
Okay, it's now 2024. Do you understand?
Right. Not that long ago.
This is so. I mean, this is just so long coming.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and you touched on it. I mean, the benefits, right? Because we see how much of our veterans struggle with their own healthcare issues currently. So I can only imagine. And I think we reported on this story, if I'm thinking correctly, when it first started going through the process. And you said it right. Let's go after the rest of them now. Because there's 14,000 and they did 800. Let's get the rest.
Where's the rest?
Let's get
right. And what was the reasoning that 98% of them were flipped? And what happened to those two? What was wrong with those two?
Yeah, right.
You know,
I don't know if we'll know those, but those are sealed records. Right.
You know, I mean, like it's incredible that, I mean, I'm happy that now they're allowing our trans brothers and sisters after transitioning to still fight for this country. Again, still don't understand the logic, right? Because it'd be really tough for me to do that, to fight for a country that doesn't respect my trans brothers and sisters. It'd be really hard for me. But again, you guys are bigger people than me, you know, and that's why I thank you for your service. And I hope that they do go look over all the people, you know, and in some way, shape, or form, try to find some monetary way to thank them, you know, or at least make them comfortable. Because there's going to be many that you're not going to find. Right. Because we know the sad stories about many veterans that unfortunately mental health and healthcare disparities get them, and no one gives a crap.
Yeah. We ain't going back.
We ain't going back. Next, let's queer up South Florida and Florida. Happy news, Task Force Gala will benefit South Florida LGBTQ plus nonprofits October 19th. The 28th annual National LGBTQ Task Force Gala is going to take place on Saturday, October 19th, 2024 at the Miami Beach Convention Center. The gala donates a significant portion of the proceeds to community advocacy groups in the region. From 2005 to 2020, over $3.2 million was donated to nearly 90 organizations through the Miami Foundation's LGBTQ Community Fund. Most recently, on June 7th, 2023, the task force donated an additional $215,000 to the LGBTQ plus Equity Fund from the 2022 Gala and the 2023 Winter Party Festival. That was a lot of fun. This year's proceeds will also benefit the LGBTQ plus Equity Fund, reinforcing local organizations through partnerships with our Fund Foundation and the Miami Foundation. Tickets for the gala are currently available at thetaskforce.org.
Welcome to a celebration where we nurture hope for our community. Join us for the National LGBTQ Task Force Gala, Roots of Progress, Blooms of Hope. This year, we gather to honor our journey together and envision a future where our dreams blossom into reality. Experience an evening where your support fuels change, and every moment is a testament to our collective strength. From inspiring performances to powerful stories, each element of the night is designed to celebrate and uplift our community. Get ready for an evening of celebration and impact. Hosted by actor and musician Jay Rodriguez. Honoring Karamo, Jim Tyrell, and Roger Thompson. See you on Saturday, October 19th as we celebrate our journey and fuel our future. Your presence makes all the difference. See you there.
So the Task Force Gala is definitely one of my favorite galas at for the season. Task Force Gala is coming up and it's going to be a lot of fun, and my dresses have arrived. My dresses, because I always have like an issue with one and then the other one will come. But anyway, Roots of Progress, Blooms of Hope. Right? What an incredible theme for the Task Force Gala.
Absolutely. You're going to do a reveal, right? You got multiple gowns. You got to do a reveal.
You can do a wig reveal.
Yeah.
I'll do a wig reveal. That'll work better. That will work better for sure. And of course, Jay Rodriguez, who I love, who is such a huge advocate for our community. I can't wait to watch him as host for the evening. And Karamo, who is just fantastic. You know, you know how in your car you put like the maps and it'll tell you where to go. My best friend has Karamo as the voice. So it's like, make a right, because sometimes the left is not the right way to go. You know, it's like stuff like that. Stupid. But it's amazing, all right? So get your tickets today for the Task Force Gala and see everybody this Saturday. As a nonprofit LGBTQ media organization, we would like to thank our viewers for supporting our mission to tell the stories of the queer community. We'd also like to thank the generous support of Jets Pizza. Jets is the LGBTQ community's most popular pizza in South Florida.
Take a look around these streets. Do you really think we woke up one day and said, yeah, the world needs more pizza? Nah, just a better one. Better, like the world's best pizza, Jet's Detroit-style pizza. Hand-pressed and baked to the thickest, crispiest crunch. You're welcome. Now visit jetspizza.com and save. Click on hot deals for special offers in your area. Jets, better because it has to be.
Next, we are proud of our special partnership with Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church here in Fort Lauderdale. Supporting that partnership, we are broadcasting from our permanent set here at Sunshine Cathedral at the Happening Out Television Studios. We broadcast Sunshine Cathedral Sunday International Service at 10:30 a.m.
LGBTQ, 1 Minute News, let's queer up health. Embracing masturbation, a wellness approach. In a recent AARP article by Ellen Martello, the benefits of self-pleasure were discussed as part of the overall healthcare well-being. The reporting significantly focused on benefits for the aging populations. One man, aged 83, shared his journey of rediscovering his sexuality after losing his wife. Through uninterested in dating, he sought ways to fulfill his desires, and experts suggest that masturbation could be his, quote, happy place, unquote. Certified sex therapist Nan Wise emphasizes the health benefits of solo sex, from improving heart and mental health to fostering a deeper connection with the body. Sexuality educator Tamika N. Harris-Jackson supports this, noting that masturbation is a normal, healthy behavior. For those curious about enhancing their experience, experts would recommend tools like vibrators and male sleeves. Ultimately, Wise encourages individuals to embrace masturbation as a path to sexual wellness, turn it into a practice of self-care. Well, listen, we always talk about self-care, right? Mm-hmm. We need that, but, you know, I'm very sex positive, and I'm like, if that's what it takes, I'm happy for them. They need to explore that. The benefits of that is, I mean, the anxiety, you're relieving stress. There's a lot. They've proven lots and lots of benefits from masturbation, and no one's ever gotten pregnant from masturbation, and no one's got an STI from it. So
right, and
so
how
it's healthy.
And how Alan was saying before about quoting RuPaul's, right? If you can't love yourself, how you expect anybody else to? You know what I mean? Like, you know, again, nobody knows your body like you do, right? And sometimes you just want to get to the prize and not have to talk and all that beforehand. Let's be real, right? Yeah. And if you want to be kinky, right? Oh, I'm not going to give away my secret. Forget it. Okay, I will. Think about someone who's taken while you're doing it, right? And like the most taken person even makes it more exciting.
That's
okay?
Right. Michelle Obama.
Oh, I always think about Michelle Obama.
Hey! With them strong arms.
Oh, I love her. Yes.
But yeah, big fan of masturbation. Huge proponent. practicer of it.
PhD.
PhD. I've been doing it for a very long time. But yeah, it's very important. I'm happy to know that no matter what age, you can always find a way to rediscover your sexuality. It's very, very important. The day that you lose sex or sexuality or satisfaction in that way is the day you die. So honestly, make sure you keep up the good work. To whomever this man was, I don't know why you would talk to a person about this, but I'm glad you did. Because you're going to inspire so many people at your age, like everyone at this table, to continue to do the exact same thing. So we are very, very proud of you, and they are so looking forward to masturbating because of you. Right, Alan?
For sure.
Thank you to the AARP for writing the article.
Right? You know, people are constantly saying how older people are ornery, right? And they're sour and they're not in a good mood. This might change the whole game. I mean, think about it. Like, you know, after you orgasm, you're all red. You feel all good inside, right? You talk to your freaking enemy at that point, right? Like, come on. That right before a business, like a meeting, you should masturbate, like in the car.
Bonnie did before she got here.
That's what
Hello? I knew where I was coming.
No.
And where I was coming.
For sure. What's next, Bond?
LGBTQ 1-minute news. Let's queer up drag culture. RuPaul's Drag Race judge shares intimate details about her relationships. Michelle Visage, the longtime judge on RuPaul's Drag Race, talked about her open marriage with her husband, David Case, on the Origins with Kush Jumbo podcast. Married since 1997, Visage revealed that the couple's non-traditional relationship dynamic strengthens their bond. She explained, quote, "The full transparency of the way we live our lives, completely, and by the way, sometimes it's not even necessary. It's just meaning we don't do anything. It's just the ability to be able to." Visage traveled across the world with Queer News Tonight executive producer Al Ferguson on RuPaul cruise and tour events. He said, quote, "Michelle's comments are beautiful, but not for what she said, but who they are. Michelle and David and their daughters are one of the most enviable families I have ever had the pleasure to work with. They are fierce defenders of their daughters and of each other. Michelle provides a glimpse that successful relationships are far deeper and rewarding than what your first reaction may be." Visage, known for her role on Drag Race since 2011, will soon host Drag Race Down Under without RuPaul for the very first time. It's rare to see heteronormative couples speak so open and candidly about being open or being in an open relationship. I'm going to say that Michelle falls in the queer spectrum. I'm claiming her as one of ours. And also her husband is very cute. There was on the Drag Race finale.
He's cute.
On the season 12, his butt was on the TV screen. His bare ass was on TV. And I was like, that is a nice ass. And I don't know which way he fully leans, but if the door is now open, baby, I'm about to walk through that motherfucker. That man got a nice ass. Michelle, you can watch. But I'm so happy for them. This is why she always has a smile on her face.
Right. And he's a producer or director or something. Like, he's in Hollywood, so he's part of that world as well. And he's a cutie. And that, you know, our allies are, again, I mean, I know that I'm like preaching to the choir here, right? But our allies are everything right now, right? We need to nurture them. We need to make sure that they know that they're seen, that they're not taken for granted, and that we need them now more than ever. And Michelle is such a great example of an incredible ally to the point where we think she's queer.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we just claim her as one of ours, right? And you're so queer and you're so engulfed in queer culture that you end up having queer kids, right? Yeah. Because of that. Her, you know, she's got beautiful daughters, one who is transitioning, right? And what a more welcoming, nurturing home to go through that than with someone like Michelle Visage and her husband, David.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? So more power to you, girl. And you got your own show? What?
Yes, she did.
You go, girl!
She was in that promotion in a full lace bodysuit, showing everything.
Yes!
Girl,
you better get it, Michelle. We are all rooting for you. LGBTQ plus 1-minute news. Let's queer up politics. These 10 queer public figures support Trump despite his hateful views. Spoiler alert! Despite Donald Trump's polarizing stance on LGBTQ issues, a notable faction within the community endorses him. These queer public figures have expressed their support for the former president, citing his views on economic policies, free speech, and political nonconformity. These are the 10 queer personalities who support anti-LGBTQ Trump. Scott Bessent, an openly gay investor and founder of Key Square Group. Caitlyn Jenner and her manager, Sophia Hutchins. Both are trans women. Bisexual rapper Azealia Banks endorsed Trump in November 2023, joining other conservatives like Blair White, a transgender YouTuber, and bisexual model Amber Rose. Sorry for rolling my eyes. Lady Maga, a gay conservative drag performer, and Richard Grenell, former U.S. ambassador, also support Trump. Dave Rubin and Tammy Bruce, both commentators, round out the surprising list. Organizations like Gays for Trump and Log Cabin Republicans are also on the list of queer support for Trump. In 2020, an estimated 25% of the LGBTQ plus community voted for Donald Trump. And that percentage just stabs me right in the heart. I can't believe it was so high. And I remember when we did that news story at that time, I just couldn't believe it with COVID, how it was and the little that Trump did. And these 25% of our community still voted for him just because of money or they think that they will be helped in money situations. You know, we need to be aware of these people who are against us, right? We're so easy to meet somebody, right? It doesn't say we don't have a pink triangle on our sleeve, not yet, okay? That says that we're gay to everybody else, right? Every time we meet somebody and someone says, oh yeah, I'm LGBTQ, all of a sudden we let our guard down. Okay, because we're in family, right? So we're okay and we're able to talk. It's not true. There's 25% of us. That means 1 in 4 of your friends might be thinking about voting for Trump. How scary is that? Talk to your friends right now, people. Make sure that one person stays home or changes his views because he's not thinking clearly. Maybe he's on the wrong meds and he needs to go talk to his doctor. This is the truth that we're in right now, Alan.
When you're watching this on YouTube later, I want you to rewind to the beginning of Faye's segment right there and write down these names.
Yeah.
Write them down.
Yeah.
These are people we shouldn't be supporting.
Yep.
These are people we shouldn't be following, right? We make them who they are. That's the whole point of being a celebrity in this day and age, right? You're only what the people make you. In our community, we don't need to support people like this because they're not supporting us.
Yeah.
Right? There can't be any confusion over whether or not Donald Trump supports us.
Yeah.
It's black and white. This is not a gray area situation,
Yeah.
right? No matter how much these people want us to think it is, write them down, know who they are, pay attention.
That's right.
Oh my God. And Caitlyn Jenner, I mean, like, I'm so sick of you. I'm so sick of you. I mean, and it's like, that's self-loathing. It has to be. There's no other explanation for it, you know? They are very, very clear on what they think about our trans community. Very clear.
Yeah.
They're not hiding it. They're telling us what they're going to do. Project 2025 is right there, ready to go if Trump gets into office. And people just, the cognitive dissonance, like, no, that's not real. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen to me. Vaughn, how does this wash over you?
Well, you know, I look at it and go, are they relevant?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, they want to be relevant. So we've seen people in our communities that need to have a voice, and sometimes they have to align themselves with somebody else to get attention.
But you know how Bonnie had said in an earlier segment, there's going to be a rude awakening.
Yes.
You know, hopefully there isn't a rude awakening, right? Kamala wins and we're all good, right? But something occurs, these people are going to be slapped in the face with the understanding that, you know, like you Cubans, he thinks you're Mexican, okay? LGBTQ plus people, he doesn't want us to breathe. Trans people, there is no health care for us. I mean, where do we go? Right. You know, if you're supporting these people, you're not supporting us. Plain and simple.
Yeah. Also, Azealia Banks, still trash. But you made that comment in November before Kamala was put on the ticket. Have your views changed? I just want to put that question out there. Have your views changed? It's wild to vote for Trump in any circumstance, but have your views changed since Kamala was put on the ticket? I'm just put that out there.
Yeah.
You just answer that question, girl. You let me know.
You know, I wonder, like, if these people, it boggles the mind. It just boggles the mind. And that 25%, like I said, it really does hurt me, right? I am still a huge fan of Dave Chappelle. He's one of my favorite comedians of all time, right? And he had a skit on the Chappelle Show where this man was racist, but he was blind, and so he didn't know he was black.
Yeah.
Right? And so he was part of the KKK, and this gentleman was blind, so he had no idea he was black. So he was a racist because of it, right? And I wonder, what is the wool that's over these LGBTQ plus people's eyes that they don't think that they're like us? That they don't think that they'll be affected like us? That they're not gay?
Well, on that note,
Speaking of gay.
Speaking of
LGBTQ 1 Minute News, let's queer up entertainment. New male sex allegations surface against Sean Diddy Combs. 6 new lawsuits accusing Sean Diddy Combs of sexual assault were filed Monday in New York, bringing the total number of allegations to 18. 4 of these new plaintiffs are men. The incidents allegedly occurred between 1995 and 2021 at exclusive parties, including Combs' white parties in the Hamptons. A 16-year-old boy claims Combs assaulted him in 1998. Combs told the boy that the assault was a rite of passage, quote, for the boy to break into the music industry. Another man alleges he was drugged and raped by Combs at a 2006 white party. In 2008, an employee says Combs forced him into oral sex at a Macy's event. The latest case involves a music consultant who was allegedly raped by multiple men at a 2021 party. Lawyers Andrew Van Arsdale and Tony Busby, representing the plaintiffs, plan to file over 100 similar lawsuits across multiple states. I find myself at a loss for words on this one. It's just like, it's that the deeper you dig, we see this, and it's becoming more and more common right across. More's coming out, and it's just like, why?
Yeah.
Power.
What the power, money. You think what the F? I can do it for you. What the fuck? I got it.
It's crazy. It's
look, and I think about that 16-year-old young man that will never be the same.
Never again.
His life will be never the same because of you, Puff Daddy. And I've got to say that, hey, I was a huge fan of Bad Boy. I went to your 25th anniversary. That was the music I grew up on, right? But right now, I'm just sitting back with my popcorn. Because I'm just, TMZ got a show on you, Apple got a show on you, everybody's got it behind the scenes. It's like everybody knew but us. All your friends knew that you were a delinquent doing disgusting things to people, but the people who loved you and made you famous had no idea. And you would use that to your benefit. Scary.
A few weeks ago, we talked about this story, and it was about questioning his sexuality. And I'm like, at the end of the day, I don't want that to be part of the discussion with him, because it's like, that sheds negative light onto something that may or may not be true, right? Yeah. And so it's unfortunate. Yeah, it's going to be a long wait, I think, before we have answers.
And the scary part is Diddy probably wasn't lying. This probably is exactly what you had to do to break into the industry. It's probably what you still have to do to break into the industry. So it brings to the forefront something that we all actually knew about the casting couch and that whole situation. And allegedly, if this is true, Diddy seemed too comfortable to do that, which means this was probably not his first time doing that, allegedly.
He felt untouchable. Right?
Yeah.
And we'll end this segment saying that, Cassie, you are a freaking warrior, right? And you put up with that abuse for so long, girlfriend, and because of you, he's in jail right now. So we say, you should know that, LGBTQ plus 1 minute news. Let's queer up sports. Dodgers crotch bump celebration after a playoff win steals spotlight. Professional baseball crotch bumping is in the news. The LA Dodgers added a flamboyant twist to their celebrations during Game 5 against the San Diego Padres, securing their series win with a home run by Kike Hernandez. Hernandez and teammate Gavin Lux celebrated the win by thrusting their crotches together in triumph. The video of this has now gone viral, with one Twitter user calling it, quote, the gayest baseball celebration I've ever seen, end quote. This playful gesture reminded queer fans of a 2019 Chicago Cubs crotch grab. Gay fans now eagerly await more home runs in the hope of even gayer celebration as the Dodgers advance in the playoffs. This is how me and Bonnie said hi to each other when I walked in the studio today.
That's how it tucked. Yeah, you just one crotch bump and then boom.
Well, it was before she tucked and I freaking flew back, but not the point.
And
right?
that's with child. That looked like it hurt. Ow. They were Cubs in baseball, right?
Yes.
God damn, because why would you be doing? I don't even do that, and I do gay sex. That's insane. At least y'all both attractive, but Jesus Christ.
Time to start watching baseball.
Right? Right?
Football needs to start that.
I got the perfect video for you. If you want football players, I got the perfect video for you.
But boys, don't you think that, sports is so homoerotic, and just the stuff that they do with the ass slapping and all of that, the penis bumping and all of this.
The
you know what I mean? The blowjobs,
Oh my God.
The fingering, yeah.
I got all of that. I got to watch this video again.
Sports.
The Rosebud, the Human Centipede, all of that, yeah.
That one is fun. That
one's Big fan.
Okay, that is today's news for the LGBTQ community of the world's first and only daily LGBTQ evening news show. If our community is important to you, share this news with your friends and family. Join the conversation on your favorite streaming platform.
Queer News Tonight is the only live LGBTQ digital television show in the world that is out of the closet and into the headlines. We need your support. If our community is to grow, we must tell our stories and bring them to the attention of the broader world.
This is the only place in the world that tells these types of LGBTQ stories in motion and sound. That is the passion of Hotspots Magazine, Happening Out Television Network, and Queer News Tonight.
I'm your anchor, FayWhat! And on behalf of these LGBTQ plus reporters, the incredible anchors of Queer News Tonight, including Bonnie Builder, Von Biggs, and Allen Martello. We will see you daily at 8 p.m. We remind you, the presidential election is just 19 days away. Stand up for equality, rights, and representation. Make sure you're registered and ready to cast your ballot, and do not sleep with anybody who is not planning on voting. Let's make history. Let's vote for a better future. See you next time.
All right.